Saw a bit of the outside from the background. This is part one. Welcome back, world. This is Ivan Omer here again. This will be a continuation of my Lord of the Rings read along. I am on chapter 7, which is in the house of Tom Bombadil. So you're looking at a very interesting video for that. To my surprise, today I actually got my check. I thought I'll get my check on the 30th, but I actually got mine on the 29th. So I got my $750 from my welfare check. So I'm happy. So because I ran out of money, so today I get the what? After I make this video, I will go to the store, take a shower, go to the store, get a beer, and get 6 beers and get us back. I don't want to get drunk. I'll get drunk while I pay this fee. I'll get drunk, and once I come back from death, and I'm weighing that big fat check, I'm definitely gonna get drunk and celebrate, obviously. But for now, I'm just gonna have 6 beers as I'm not a fan of getting drunk right now. So I'll go to the store, get beer, get 6 beers the store. The cool thing, one thing to note, world about Quebec. Quebec is the only province in Canada where they sell beer at the gas station. Whereas everywhere else, in all the other provinces in Canada, you have to buy beer at the beer store. Hence, that's one thing I'm gonna really miss about Quebec, Canada, because Quebec, Canada, is the only province in Canada that where they actually sell beer at the gas stations. They sell them at the gas stations and they sell them at the convenience stores wherever it is. They sell beer at the gas stations. Whereas all the other provinces, you have to go to the beer store to buy your beer, obviously. Whereas to get liquor, I have to go to the SAQ in Canada, obviously. The SAQ. Obviously. So when me and my wife do our parties, so when I do my, you're gonna have to excuse the noise because there's just people upstairs, obviously. So sorry about the noise. But me and my wife, and when the actors get flown to my next luxurious office, you're looking, I don't know, 2025 around there should be when they get flown to my office around there. 2025, 2026 around there. Around that time, the actors will be flown to my office. I'm actually jet. I'm gonna have the 17 go to the store and buy liquor, obviously. Obviously, right? Because I can easily have the actors drink beer, but to drink beer, to get drunk, to get drunk drinking beer, you have to drink a lot of beer. Hence why I'm gonna buy liquor. I'll buy like vodka, Captain Morgan. I don't know, if there's 18 of us, 18, 20 of us, I can buy a good like 8 bottles of liquor. That's enough. 8, 10 bottles of liquor. Go to the store, have them buy it. I'll give my seven. Me and my wife can go to the store ourselves and get the SAQ, or I can have my 17 go. I'll just have my 17 go. I'll give them my business card. Here's my business card. Go to the SAQ and get like 8 bottles, 10 bottles of liquor. Get top high end $100 bottles, easily affordable with a $9 budget, obviously. So for the takeouts alone, it's gonna cost me and my wife like 200 grand, man. You're looking at a lot of, but it's pocket change for $9 7 budget. And for the takeouts, me and my wife can pay with our business account because the parties are part of the business. So the takeouts when I go to Boston Pizza with the crew and actors, that's paid through the business account. And the parties when we buy the liquor, like the Captain Morgan, vodka, rum, all that stuff, Coke, that I'll have my 17 make the calls for go to the store. I'll have them go to the store. I'll give them, I don't know, I'll give them the key to my car, and I'll have them go to the store and buy the. Cause some of them might get mad if they go on because they don't want to waste gas, right? So every time whenever I send a 17 to get liquor, I'll give them the key to my car. Obviously, I'll just tell them, look, man, here's the key to my car. Don't damage my fucking car. Obviously, don't damage my car and what go to the store and get here's my business card. Go get like 10 bottles of liquor for the party, obviously. Because if you want them to get drunk fast, you have to have them drink liquor. Don't have them drink beers. Beer, you have to. I'll have the actors have 3 beers for my table reads in my yacht when we do the table reads in our yacht and all that stuff. Whenever we have the once one parties, I'll always get liquor. That way everyone gets drunk. You know, because for liquor you only need a good 5 cups of liquor and your 4 cups of liquor and you're already drunk. Obviously, whereas beer, you have to drink a lot of it. You have to drink like 8 beers, 9 beers just to get drunk. Hence why for the parties, I'm going to buy the liquor, obviously. I'll buy vodka, rum, and Captain Morgan. I'm a fan of vodka. Vodka's my favorite. I like vodka the best. But I'll get rum, Captain Morgan, vodka, and for me and my wife, the actors. That way everyone has a good time and they can get drunk, obviously. After the takeouts, after I do the takeouts for my movie, obviously, my Master Saints movie project, what the actors will be a limo driver will be waiting. They'll be drunk. Hence why I'm gonna hire someone to put their scripts. I'll have my script developers. I don't need to hire anyone. I can have my script developers, one of my script developers, drive to the jet. Obviously, I'll do a thing when the act before the act before when I'll hire someone to put their scripts in the plane. That way the actors don't forget. Obviously, so I'll hire someone to take their what. So whenever the actors arrive in the jet, their script will already be on the plane for them. That way, I'm gonna tell someone to tell the actors. I'll tell the secretaries to tell the actors, okay, your scripts will be put on the plane. Whatever you do, whenever you see Ivan in the office signing contracts, don't bring your script with you. Leave your script on the plane. That way you don't forget, obviously. Because last thing you want to do is have these actors forget their scripts and stuff. I can easily send them the script online, but I don't want this. If you send the script online, that shit can get leaked. People can read it. Some members of the family might want to read it. You know what I'm saying? Hence why I'm not a fan of giving them online scripts via email or something like that. Give them a hard copy of the script, obviously. And you're looking at like a 450-page script for Zanus. You're looking at a long fucking script. So the scripts will be put in their plane. That way, once they party up my wife's condo and they're going to be there, if they're drunk, they could forget. They go on the plane, they can sleep it off in the jet, and their scripts will be on the plane, obviously. That way they don't forget, obviously. Because if they're in the plane and they see the script, they won't forget their script. Whereas if you give them their script and you party up your condo, some people could forget their script because when you're drunk, you're not sober, obviously. That's why I'm gonna make sure I'll have one of my script developers put all the scripts. The script developers are gonna have to print all the scripts for the major characters and the minor characters, which is a lot of work. Because you're looking at like 450 pages for one script. So imagine printing in good, like, I don't know, 35 scripts, 35 450-page scripts. A lot of work, hence why you pay your script developers a lot of money, obviously. There's a good chance Jon Favreau and Dave Filoni will be hired. And I don't pay you a fat bonus for nothing, I'm gonna put you to fucking work, man. And so those two guys are hiring, they're gonna be hard at work printing all the scripts, obviously. You have to print 450 pages. I'm gonna put money into a top high-end printer, super advanced printer, obviously. I'll get the best printer out there I can buy. Me and my wife can purchase the best printer out there. That's why Skies is a top-notch company. I'll purchase a top high-end, like $10,000 printer, whatever it is, a high-end printer for printing all the scripts, obviously. And the script developers are going to be hard at work printing all the Zanus scripts. You're looking at like a 450-page script. Yes, they're going to be hard at work printing 35. I'll have them do it like a couple months in advance before the actors arrive. Don't do it while the actors are arriving. No, do it like a couple weeks in advance. That way it's all over with. And once they've printed all the script, whenever the pilot flies to Los Angeles to pick up the actors, I'm gonna hire the script developers. Are gonna have to put. I don't have to hire anyone. I'll have the script developers drive to the plane, and they're gonna have to put all the scripts on the plane. So if there's 10 people flying in at a time, you have to put 10 scripts in the plane, obviously. That way the actors don't forget. And I'll have my secretaries tell their agents, tell the agents, make sure the actors don't bring the script. When the actors get the script on the plane, have them leave the script on the plane. That way, when they part out my condo and they're drunk, they don't forget, obviously. And then when they're drunk, they can sleep it off in the jet when the plane drives them back home, obviously. See, that's how top-notch my Scarces company. You're looking at a top-notch company. I'll babble on for a good hour as usual, hour and like 15 minutes, and I'll read a good 5 pages of chapter 7 of Tom Bombadil today. I'm on page 161. I'll read 5 pages of Tom Bombadil today. Let's see. And after I make this video, I will go to the store, get smokes. I got money, so I can get beer now. Whereas before I was on saving mode, I only had enough for smokes. I can go to the store, get beer and a pack of smokes. And I might order food, maybe. I might order some. I haven't had Mickey D's in like 2 months. I might order Mickey D's tonight, or maybe not. I might just eat the food at home, or I'll order Mickey D's. Uber Eats Mickey D's tonight. And I'll enjoy the show. Have a beer and enjoy the show once I finish this video, obviously. Obviously, right? Yeah, man, that's how top. You guys see the future. You already know how top-notch of a Sky Source company we're ever going to own, man. And I told you, those actors chosen for Zanus are the lucky ones. They're going to be saved. And they're going to get to experience the international glory and fame with King Ivan and Queen BJ. Me and my wife are going to be king, queen, ruling over the world. Because me and my wife, we're not just royalty and stars. We're true royalty because we have royal blood, man. We have the God gene. Because me and my wife have the God gene, our blood is supernatural. We have supernatural green blue blood, right? We're true royalty, obviously. So if like we're more royalty than Prince Harry, man. Prince Harry and all of them, yeah, they're royalty, but they're only royalty in status. Their wealth is just passed on for generations. Whereas me and my wife were true royalty because we have royal blood. We have the God gene, obviously. Hence we're royalty. Hence why we're king and queen, obviously, because we're royalty. Same time we have unlimited wealth. We're fucking wealthy. Same time we're ruling over the world with the main attention around the world. Hence we're king and queen, obviously. As you're looking at international crazy fame for my book sales, and you're looking at even crazier fame for the movie, man. You're looking at crazy fame for the movie. Crazy fame for the book. The book will have crazy fame. You're looking at the best fast novel written. That's even better than what? J.R. Tolkien's Lord of the Rings. Sorry about that. My phone fell down. I'm sorry you had to see that, man. Give me a second. Sorry about that. Wait. Sorry you had to see that, man. My phone fell down, man. Is that better? Yeah, that's good. Sorry that you had to see. I know it's very unprofessional when that happens. My phone fell down, so it's very unprofessional, obviously. Sorry you had to see that. I hope you can't see any of the blue in the background. I want my video to be as professional as it can be, obviously. That's why I bought this background 2 years ago. It cost me a good $250 to get my table, my chair, my stool chair, and my background was like $250. I bought it on Amazon. It's a nice setup I have here, obviously, right? As my videos will look more professional, obviously. And sorry that my phone fell down. You had to see that, man. Sorry about that. But yeah, man. Yeah, man, you guys already know how top notch of a Sky Source Entertainment company I'm going to have, man. You're looking at a bigger company than Disney Film Studios, Warner Bros., Universal, Paramount, Lionsgate. You're looking at a bigger company, all these companies. Bigger company in quality, as Sky Source will be a bigger company, as I'll be paying no company independent from Hollywood can compete with Hollywood in terms of payments. No independent company independent from Hollywood can pay their actors millions of dollars. No, man. Hollywood is the only system whereby they can pay the actors unheard amount of money. Was no other what production company, film company, or right can pay actors millions of dollars. They can only afford to pay them like a couple dozen thousand to like a couple $100,000. Whereas my company is the only company that can compete with Hollywood because I'm special, obviously. Because me and my wife are gonna have an unlimited budget pretty much. Me and my wife will be the bank pretty much. We can fund our movies for better quality movies than even Hollywood. As for Zayas, I'm putting $97 million towards that movie. I'm putting a bit more than $97 million, technically speaking. Because the money I'm putting towards building my luxury office, I'll put a good $5-6 million towards building my luxury office. I'm putting $600,000 towards my advanced payment system. You're looking at something, 600 grand is very, very high tech. As most companies only put a good 10 grand towards paying people. And yet, for 10 grand, you can have a pretty professional payment system where you pay your employees online. For me, I'm putting 600 grand towards a payment system as it's something very, very advanced. The reason why I'm putting a lot of money because I want SkySource to be best represented. I want it to be a top-notch company. At the same time, I want to make it easy for my account because I'm only going to hire one account. So to make it easy for them, you have to put money into a super advanced payment system where the accountant, whenever the actors and crewmen sign a contract, the accountant punches in their salary. He types in the date that he will start receiving the money, and then I'll do in the system. Everyone gets a bi-weekly check. I think bi-weekly is the best. I'm not going to pay them weekly. No, I'll pay them bi-weekly. So the account punches in the day filming starts, the first day of filming. And on the first day of filming, the actor and crewman gets his or her. The first day of filming, the actor gets his first check. So we're paying an actor $8 million. It's divided equally over the 9 months for every bi-weekly, obviously. And the agent's taking 10%. You have to my account types in the 10%. That goes to the agent. Everything is super advanced. And then when the actors get paid, I want to have this GPS system. You have received $150,000. You know what I'm saying? The actors get this GPS, and then you get the statements of the taxes, the agent's deductions. That way the actors know how much they got paid. How much went to the agent, how much taxes they pay, all that stuff. That way it's easy for them. And there's nothing worse than an actor looking at his check and he feels like he got ripped off. And that's why you need to have statements. Every time the actor gets paid, he has like this online statement. he gets this email confirmation, and every time the email confirmation shows how much he got paid, all that stuff. That way it's easy for them. And what I'll do is where I'm filming, I'll put money into Wi-Fi. That way the actors can access their internet online and all that stuff. I'll have Wi-Fi. That way the actors can access their phone. They can check their bank account, see how much money they got paid, all that stuff. That way it's easy for them, obviously. That way it's easy for my account. Because there's nothing worse than paying everyone check and people lose their checks on stuff. No, because if you sign a contract, if someone loses their check, you still have to pay that actor. That's why I'm not a fan of paying people check. Never, if you're handling hundreds of millions of dollars, if you're handling tens of millions of dollars paying your actors, you never pay them check, as they can easily lose their check. People can easily lose checks. People can steal checks. Hence why you pay everyone direct deposit. Never pay anyone check. You know, the actors get every time they get paid, they get a statement of how much money they got paid. So if an actor's first check is $90,000, $100,000, actor gets his statements. You know what I'm saying? How much he got paid, how much he or she got paid, how much time, 10%. Most agents take a good like 10%. 10% goes to the agents, 15%, whatever it is. That way the actors didn't feel like they got ripped off. That way it's easy for the accountant. He doesn't have to worry about people coming up to him complaining, obviously. So hence why hiring one account is more than enough. As long as you put money into a super advanced payment system, hiring one account is more than enough. Because I don't need any more accounts, obviously. I can easily hire more accounts, but you're just wasting money. As one account, as long as you put money into a super advanced payment system, one account is enough, obviously. One account. So there's a good chance I might hire a few assistants to help him. I might hire a few people in the crewmen, a few people for the crew to help to assist the account if I can do that if I want to. And those guys, you just pay them like $150,000 to help them out. You can do that if you want to, but one account's enough. I don't need any more than one account because I'm putting money into a super advanced payment system whereby it's so easy for the accountant. It's a super advanced system. He punches in the actors and crewman's salary, and on a specific date, the money goes straight into his account. Obviously. So when the actors fly to the office, they're going to have to bring their bank information, obviously, their bank information, all that stuff. You know how when you work for companies, you have to bring in your direct deposit code from the bank. The actors are going to have to get their direct deposit information from the bank. That way the accountant can punch in all the information, obviously. That way it's easy for them. The crewmen are going to have to bring in their bank information, all that stuff. And hence why these actors are going to be like, holy shit, Sky's is top notch. Because you're looking at a super advanced payment system with a GPS, man. Like, you have received $150,000 for the term of the movie. You know what I'm saying? Enjoy. I'm going to have a GPS. I'm going to put a GPS system in my payment system. Look at something top notch for my company, man. That's why SkySys will be the best brand in the entertainment business. And in Hollywood, they pay the actors. I guarantee in Hollywood, they pay the actors check, man. I guarantee the actors get check. I guarantee for some shows, some of the Hollywood actors even get check. Whereas I'm not a fan of paying people check. Pay your actors direct deposit, man. Especially if you're handling millions of dollars, and because you're paying these actors millions of dollars, you have to pay them direct deposit. Never pay them check because people can lose checks, people can steal checks. Never pay people check. Never pay the extras check. And never pay the extras cash. There's nothing worse than having 60,000 extras and you have what? You have millions of cash lying around. Easy to get stolen, easy to get lost. Pay everyone, especially for the extras, you have to pay them direct deposit. Obviously. What I'll do is I'll put money into a super advanced system where whenever the extras get hired, the people overseeing the extras, they give them this card. And every time they scan their card, they get their $180 in their card. So they give them this, I don't know, they give them this like SkySource card, and the money gets put into that card, obviously. And every time they get paid, they get a confirmation on the email. They get a confirmation on the email. It says you have received $180. That way it's easy for them. As I'm not a fan of paying the extras. Do not pay the extras cash, man. Never pay the extras cash, as that shit could easily get lost and stolen. You need to pay them everyone direct deposit. I'm not a fan of check or cash, man. The last thing you want to do is have a bunch of checks lying around, millions of dollars in checks around. People can easily steal that, man. That's why you pay everyone direct deposit. I'm putting $600,000 towards paying the extras, paying the crewmen and hackers as well as the extras. I'm going to tell the engineers, look, man, I need you to design a super advanced payment system for the extras, where they have this card, and when they scan the card, they get their $180. Obviously. So the crewmen type in the amount of money that everyone gets paid, $180, and it's and that information is in the system. And when they have this card, when they scan this card, when they extra scan their card, they get their $180. Obviously, you look at something top notch, man. That's why my company will be top notch. As in Hollywood, I guarantee they pay them cash, man. Where you do not pay your extras cash, you can easily lose the money. Pay them direct deposit. That way you don't. That's why I'm going to hire a top-notch engineer to design a super advanced payment system for my SkySource company, obviously. And me and my wife, we get paid through Amazon. We will be sending us the payments, obviously, because Amazon will be sending us the royalty checks every month. Amazon, I believe, sends you monthly royalty checks too. Amazon will be sending me and my wife the monthly royalty checks, obviously, via Amazon Pay. There's something called Amazon Pay, and Amazon will be sending me and my wife. So me and my wife have our own payments. Amazon will send us our monthly payments for our 4K Blu-ray movie sales and posters. And don't forget, the actors get the $250 royalty check for the posters too, obviously. But for the actors, what I'm going to do, I'm not going to have Amazon take a certain percentage off. I'm not going to have Amazon take a certain percentage off what? Off me and my wife's payments for the actors. What I'll do is, when me and my wife receive our first royalty check for the posters, me and my wife take a certain amount of money and we transfer it to what? To the business account, and I'll tell my account, okay, make sure punch in $250,000 for all the main actors, and then send them their check. It's easier that way. Because it can be because when me and my wife signed the contract with Amazon, I don't know how much actors are going to be featured on the posters, and so I'm not going to have Amazon take a certain percentage for the posters. No, when me and my wife get our first royalty check for the posters, we'll know by then how many actors are featured in the posters, and I'll let my accountant know. Me and my wife transfer. I don't know. There's 15 actors featured. Me and my wife transfer a good, like, I don't know, $3 million from what we got paid in the posters. Our first check for the posters would be, I don't know, a couple $100 million, $500 million, whatever it is. We transfer $3 million, and then that's used to pay the actors get sent their $250,000 royalty check deposit into their bank, and that's how it's going to work. Obviously, it's easier like that. That way, you don't have problems with the percentage with Amazon paying and all that stuff. It's easier that way, obviously. Because not only are the Hollywood actors signing contracts, me and my wife are signing our own contract. I'm going to call it the big deal. These actors are signing big ass deals too. They're making millions of dollars, but it's nothing compared to how much me and my wife are making. Me and my wife are signing a huge deal with Amazon, man. You're looking at the biggest deal ever, man. I'm going to call it the big deal. You're going to see in the documentary the big deal. Because me and my wife are signing a multi-billion-dollar deal with Amazon. Amazon's going to make, I don't know, $2.6 billion off the movie. Me and my wife are going to make like $3.76 billion off the movie in posters, man. Amazon's going to make like $2.6 billion, $2.7 billion off the movie in posters. Me and my wife are going to make a good like $3.7 billion for the movies and posters, obviously. And the actors get their $250,000 royalty check for the posters, which is nice, man. As in Hollywood, they don't even get money for the posters. They get a flat salary, and that's it. I'm willing to pay you a $250,000 royalty check for being featured on the posters, which is nice, obviously. And I believe the actors deserve some money because they're featured on your posters. So because they're featured on your posters and they advertise for your movie, you pay them a nice $250,000 royalty check. Only if you're featured in a poster. Only if you're not featured in a poster, you don't get any money, man. If you're featured in a poster, you get your $250,000 royalty check, which is nice, obviously. That's like $100,000 after taxes and your agent, which is very nice, obviously. So I don't know, a good like 0.002% is going to the actors. So me and my wife will still technically make our 60% off the posters. Whereas the 0.002% went to the actors, which is still nothing. $2,000 is like chump change compared to how much money we're going to make for the poster. And I'm nice enough to pay them $2,000 because they're what? Because I'm gonna tell the photographers I don't want minor actors featured on the posters. Only have the major actors. So the actors that I mentioned, those actors are featured in all 6 posters, whereas all the minor ones are not featured. Obviously, as the minor ones, because I don't want to pay the minor actors; they're not worth it. Only the major characters get the $250,000 royalty check for the posters, obviously. But no actors getting a piece of the royalties for the movies, as the movies is worth a real money. The posters, a lot of money in the posters too, but the real money, the actors are not going to try and get a piece of royalties for the posters because they know getting $60 million for being featured in posters, they're ripping you off, obviously. But they're gonna try and get a piece of the royalties, a piece of the royalties for the movies. And I'm going to be very strict. No Hollywood actor is getting a piece of the royalties from Mima Wai's movie, man. As you get paid for what you're worth in this world. No Hollywood actor is getting a piece of my Mima Wai's billions. No way, man. You're not paying the bills. You're not paying the bills. You're not the one funding the movie project. Me and my wife are paying the bills. We're feeding you. We're accommodating you. We're paying you your fucking salary. You know what I'm saying? We're feeding you. We're the one funding the movie project. You're not paying a dime. Hence, you're not taking any risk. Well, there's no risk in my movies. You're not the one. You're not the one funding the movie project. And don't forget, Amazon's taking a good chunk of the pie. They're taking 40% of the pie. Hence, you're not getting a piece of the royalties. I'm gonna be very strict on that, man. Stay tuned for my Swimming the Sharks video in a couple days from now. I might make it tomorrow or maybe early October. Stay tuned for that video. I'm going to talk in depth about this topic. How the Hollywood actors are sharks. None of them are worth a piece in U.S. royalties. I'm nice enough to pay you a $2,000 royalties check for being featured on the posters, which is nice. Obviously, you get money in the bank, obviously, which is nice. That's like $100,000 after taxes and your agent and the rates. You do a lot of good things with $100,000. You can buy a nice car, a nice Porsche, go on a nice vacation. You can get nice clothes for yourself. Do a lot of good things with $100,000. Not only do I pay your flat salary, your rich flat salary, I give you $250,000 recurring check for the re-releases every time I release the movies, and you also get a $250,000 check for the posters, which is nice, obviously. That's the only back end the actors are getting. They're not getting a piece of the royalties, as you get paid for what you're worth in this world. You may be Will Smith, you may be Dwayne Johnson, you may be Scarlett Johansson, you may be big in Hollywood. In Hollywood, you may be able to negotiate for a piece of the profits. You may be the main show in Hollywood, but for my movie, you're no longer the main show. Hence, no Hollywood actor, I don't care how big you are. You may be Will Smith, Dwayne Johnson, Johnny Depp, Brad Pitt. You may be big. You know what I'm saying? Nicole Kidman, Halle Berry. I don't care how big you are. You may be a big actor. You know what I'm saying? You may be a big actor, but you're not what? You're not worth me moist royalties. I'm going to keep saying that, man. No Hollywood actor is getting a piece of me and my wife's royalties. I'm gonna be strict on that, man. And my wife will be even greedier than me because my wife is a Hollywood chick. She's gonna be like, "You're not getting a piece of my fucking royalties." VJ will even be greedier than me because she's a Hollywood chick, man. Because VJ finally knows what it's like to be a multi-billionaire, she's gonna be even greedier than me because she's a Hollywood chick. She grew up in the Hollywood light, in the Hollywood system, obviously. And Hollywood celebrities are fucking greedy people, man. They're very, very greedy people. Obviously, right? Especially the big A's. The big A's actors are very, very greedy people. They're money hungry. They're very greedy people. They think they're the best. Because they're so big in Hollywood, these big A's actors, they think they're the best, man. They think they're so big. Yeah, you may be big in Hollywood, but when you're in my movie, you're no longer the main show, man. I don't mean to be rude, man. When you're in my movie, you may be big, but once you're in my movie, you're now the side tension. You're no longer the main show. Yeah, you create more buzz for my movies because you're a big A's actor. Hence why you're worth your millions. But you're not worth taking a piece of the royalties, as the whole world is not buying the movie because of you. They're buying the whole world is buying the movie. The whole world's going crazy about the movie because of Ivan and VJ. They're not going crazy about the movie because of you. As if you did as if you did your own movie, the whole world wouldn't buy your movie. Only a good, I don't know, 20, 30 million people would buy your movie. Whereas the whole world, the whole English-speaking world is buying my movie. 1 billion plus people. Hence, you're not worth what? You're not. I'm so big that none of these Hollywood actors are worth me my royalties, and I'm so big that the amount of money I make compared to how much these Hollywood actors make is pocket change. So even if I pay a big actor $38-40 million, it's nothing compared to how much money we're ever making for the movies and posters. Hence why I'm gonna call it the big deal on the website, the big deal on the documentary. As me and my wife are gonna be signing a huge contract, man, because we're gonna make what? $3.5+ billion off the movie and posters, man. Amazon's gonna make like $2.6 billion off the posters. Looking at because I'm releasing my movie in subtitles, like Chinese subtitles, French subtitles, Spanish subtitles. I can do Russian, South Korean, Korean. You know what I'm saying? A couple languages, obviously Japanese. All those countries are gonna order my movie. You're looking at like $3 billion for me and my wife are gonna make like. You're looking at like, I don't know, $6 billion in profit around there. You're looking at, I don't know, $5.5 billion in profit. And that profit split 60-40 with Amazon and Sky Source, obviously. With Amazon, Ivan and VJ. I take home like I don't know. You're probably looking at like $6 billion in profit around there. around there, 6 point something billion in profit, something like that, right? And it's going to be split. I don't know, 5.5 billion and 5.8 billion in profit. Skysys might make like 3.6 billion. Amazon might make like what? Amazon might make 2.5 billion or something like that. You're looking at like a lot of money, man. You're looking at 6.6 billion, 6.5 billion in profit. It's going to be split 60-40 with Skysys and Amazon. As both parties are going to make a shitload of money, obviously. Hence why I told you there's a good chance me and my wife and the Amazon CEOs might become good business friends. There's a good chance I might have a beer with them, that kind of stuff. If we run into each other, there's a good chance we're going to have a beer because we're both business partners. We're both billionaires. I made Amazon a shitload of money. As Amazon was going to love me and my wife, obviously. As my SkySource movies will be Amazon's number one product, obviously. Number one bestseller, obviously. My SkySource movie will be Amazon's number one bestseller. Hence why the CEOs in Amazon are going to love me and my wife. Because we're going to make them so much money. It's not guaranteed I'm going to sign with Amazon, though. I might perhaps release my movie online. It just depends on how greedy they are, man. If Amazon's greedy and they want more than 40%, I'm going to say, you know what, man? If you're greedy and you don't want to accept my deal, I'll just release my movie online. You're missing out on all the billions. And I'll make more money off releasing my movie online anyways. The problem is that online's less professional. I'm not a fan of like I don't want it to be like Netflix where you pay and you watch. Very unprofessional. At the same time, you won't get the 4K Blu-ray effect. You're going to be watching on regular 1080p HD, obviously, which is still good. But my movies will no longer come with posters, and hence, and it's nice to have a movie poster collection in your house, obviously. And the only way for me to have posters, I need a distributor. Hence why Amazon is the only company. It's either I sign up with Amazon or I release it online on my website. Those are my two choices. And I want to sign up with Amazon because I want my movie to come in posters, and I want my movies to be in 4K Blu-ray, obviously. That way you get unheard of technology for your movie, obviously. You're looking at something unheard of for Las Rosales. 32 minutes here. I will show my camera here.